Thank you all for coming to Stop, Drop, and Move, despite it being a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I hope you do get a moment to get outside in it at some point, just because it looks absolutely majestic out there. Um, the sun, and it's like 75 at my house. What could be better? I shall be picking blueberries in it later because the blueberries will not stop ripening. It's a good problem to have, but I'm battling the birdies who are really musical. I'm discovering lately. They are right by the windows and really singing their songs. So I'm kind of loving it. And every once in a while, I'm like, birdies, can we have a timeout? All right, we have hit that magical 12 o'clock. I don't want to waste our time, so I am going to get going. Today's Stop, Drop, and Move is primarily upper body, and I have sort of arranged it so you could do this from a chair. A lot of times I do this standing up, and I don't offer too many modifications so you could truly be sitting for the whole thing. But today's you could be sitting. Just maybe helpful for somebody to know in case that's helpful for them. You won't need a whole lot of props or anything like that. I won't be demanding that you use a table or anything today. We're just going to keep it simple. And the reason for that is sometimes you need to get comfortable quickly without any extra demands. So we're going to kick off with a little bit of breathing. I'm going to inhale my arms back behind myself and exhale them down. And then I'm going to inhale them up and forward. You can move your arms faster than me. And then you're going to exhale them down. So you're just going to go back and forth between the two motions with your own breath. I don't want to steer too much because your breath is different than mine. It's one of the things that makes breathing machines hard to manage. But just inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down at your own pace. As you do this, I do want the shoulders to stay low, the ears to stay stacked on top of the shoulders, and your spine to be nice and long and tall. And if you can, try and think about taking a slightly deeper breath in and a slightly more complete exhale out with each one of the breaths. Obviously, your breath is perfect as it is. It's keeping you alive. That's the main goal. But sometimes it feels nice to slow down that breathing and makes it really intentional. All right. And now for a little bit of variety, we're going to inhale our arms up and out to the side. Exhale, turn the palms up towards the ceiling or the sky. And then you're going to inhale your thumbs back a little bit and exhale them forward. Inhale back as far as you can and exhale forward. You can go all the way forward or not. World's your oyster here. And now we're going to stop breathing and we're going to start sweating. You're welcome. So little arm circles here. Your palms can be up, your palms can be down, you can have fists, you can have straight hands, you can flex with the wrists, you could play with all of them. And as we do this, think about your posture again. We're going to think about somebody has one of my hairs and they're pulling me straight up. So I have that really long, tall spine lifting all the way out of my pelvis. So it's not just my head lifting above my neck or lifting out of my shoulders here. I'm lifting all the way up each segment up, starting at my pelvis. And then I have that symmetry, so I don't have one shoulder much lower than the other. I'm nice and symmetrical as much as is possible for my body. The ears are not, or the chin isn't coming forward. The ears are stacked on top of the shoulders. I'm not pitched forward over my toes or leaning back on my heels. I'm centered over my base. And of course, if at any point the sweating and burning is getting too much for you and you want to bring your arms down, you can absolutely do that and then come back whenever you're ready. So I'm going to reverse the direction of my circles. Sometimes as we're doing things to warm up and it's feeling a little burny or not that fun, it can help to do a little bit of extra interesting stuff. So maybe I'm drawing a star with my arms here. I'm still hitting a bunch of angles, which is the point of the circle, but it's a little less boring. Or I've decided I would like to draw an equilateral triangle, whatever, the alphabet, whatever shape you would like to do. You could spell out your whole name. The world's your oyster here. Just make it interesting for yourself and it'll be a little bit easier to accomplish. Beautiful. Bring your arms down by your side and really intentionally relax those shoulders down and away from your ears. We're going to do a little bit of arm swinging next. So just swinging my arms around in front of me, sort of shaking out what we were just burning. We're building to something good, I promise. We're going to do some stretching through our neck and shoulders here. And I hope it feels really, really nice. Sometimes we have this tendency, especially if we're stressed and sitting at a desk, to have forward head posture, clenched jaw, and sort of be slowly T-Rexing up throughout the day. Hopefully you don't look quite like I just did, but there's a tendency to move into that position. So we're trying to give our shoulders and neck a little bit of extra love. So next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to reach overhead. Now, shoulders are still going to stay down for this, but you're going to have an imaginary box and you get to draw the shape and size of your box. And then I'm going to aim to touch opposite corners of the box. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just copy what you see on the screen here. Sort of a diagonal reach. Now I can leave shoulders down and super square to the floor underneath me and just go with my shoulders. And that pushes the movement, the mobility drill, if you will, into my shoulders more. Maybe stretches my lats a little bit. Or what I can do is I can allow the shoulders to get a little bit off kilter and get a little bit of a lateral bend towards my spine. And I can reach really far this way. Now, my shoulders, hopefully you could see, still away from my ears as I do that. I'm not all the way up here. I'm still down here. Just trying to train in that better posture. I'm not saying your shoulders could never come up by your ears, but for this movement break today, that's how we're doing it. Let's say you have a shoulder issue and you're like, yeah, I can't reach the opposite corners of the box. You can just do the movement with your head and shoulders. Maybe that will feel good. All right, lovely. So now we're going to get a little bit more into specific stuff for your neck, your traps, all of those good parts. And we're going to start off by actively reaching towards the floor. So you can't see my hands because they are reaching that actively. And from here, you could see that my shoulders are dropped, spine nice and long again, ears and shoulders are as far apart as they possibly can be. I'm going to twist to just look over the right shoulder and look over the left shoulder. Come back to center, reach a little bit more actively towards the floor and roll your shoulders back just a little bit. Hopefully you can feel that. It is a micro movement, so you may not have been able to see that in me, but let's say if I modify my posture, I'm opening shoulders just a little bit and I'm reaching for the floor that much more, and now we're going to do it again. So looking over right shoulder, and looking over left shoulder. One more time each direction at your own pace. You can reset again actively if you would like. See if you can look just a little bit further than you did the previous two times. Beautiful. If you want to take a little wiggle break here and shake it out, you can. But the next thing we're going to do, we're still going to be actively reaching towards the ground. So reaching down as far as I possibly can with both hands. And now I'm going to drop my left ear towards my left shoulder. If this is really tense for me, I could breathe into it. I could come in and out of the stretch a few times. Do what works for you. If you do enjoy it here, you can play with the angles just a little bit by rocking your head back and forward in space. The side looks like this. My ear is still close to my shoulder, not touching, but close to my shoulder. And I'm getting a few angles through my neck here. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, you can go to the other side. If you're getting a little tense, feel free to take that wiggle break in between. Actively reaching for the floor with both hands and dropping right ear to right shoulder. Seeing if you could notice any side to side differences. Checking in with your body. If it's tense, feel free to come in and out of the stretch a few times. Or breathe into it and allow yourself to settle in. And then playing with angles. Noticing what feels really good to your body. We want to notice what feels bad to keep ourselves safe. We want to notice what feels really good because that helps to make exercise, movement in general, a lot more sustainable. When you know what you like and you can go to the things that feel good, heck yeah, I can make some time to move and feel good. I'm less likely to do that if I hate it though. All right. So now let's do a few really intentional shoulder rolls, going at whatever pace feels good to you. If you want to go some sort of one shoulder at a time, if you want to mix up the direction of the circle, any way that this feels awesome, go for it. Beautiful. Now the front of our neck and that forward posture, sometimes we have some really tight muscles through our chest, through our neck here, up into our jaw. So what I want you to do right now is just take a moment to intentionally unclench your jaw, try and feel any tension, even by putting your hands on your face, neck here, sort of like I have. Take a breath, and on the exhale, try and let go of all the tension. Maybe you give yourself a little bit of a massage here. Wherever it feels good. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to either clasp hands behind me or hook my hands in my pockets and draw my elbows behind me. Anything so that I'm opening up through the front of the chest here. And then I'm going to look up at the ceiling, reaching my chin up towards the ceiling rather than just collapsing through the back of my head, neck and flopping the back of my head onto my traps. I'm reaching up, maybe tilting a little bit side to side for some fun angles. Reach, reach, reach. Sometimes that can feel more comfortable to do when you're sitting down because then you have the stability of a chair behind you. That could be a nice thing to do. Beautiful. And now we're going to take a moment to give our upper trapezius a little bit of attention, borrowing the eagle arms from yoga that you all know I am so fond of. But we're going to sort of pretzel up, right arm on top here, crossing your arms, twisting and holding on to your opposite hand or holding on to opposite shoulders. Wherever you want to be here, we're going to check in and try and find that stretch. Essentially, the muscles that connect our shoulders up to our neck here by drawing the back of your head back in space, lifting up through your elbows, and intentionally dropping through your shoulders. Take a really nice deep breath here. See if you need to adjust anything to find that stretch. You can also play with angles here, just moving your arms around, moving those elbows, playing a little bit. Where the heck is that stretch? Find it and then enjoy it. So we're going to do the other side as well. I had my right arm on top. I'm going to switch it up. So now my left arm is on top and I'm holding on to shoulders or pretzeling up my arms here. And then I'm finding the stretch again. I'm resetting by lifting up through the elbows, down through the shoulders, and then pushing the back of my head back in space. And then doing whatever little wiggly adjustments I need to do in order to find that stretch. Hopefully it feels glorious right here. One last deep breath there. And then whenever you're ready, you unpretzel, you shake it out, and you go on your merry way. Thank you all so much for enjoying me, and I hope you joining me, and I hope you get to enjoy your afternoon. Take care, everyone.